So we're just asking random people what their thoughts are about Israel, the country. Could you tell us your thoughts?
Well, Israel as a state, I don't actually mind it. But, this is a big but, it's the ones who control Israel, such as the Zionism involved in it, such as the people who bamboozle the Jewish people in thinking that they need a state, which they obviously don't need a state. You ask many Jewish people, they say we don't need no state. The world is ours, yeah? We can live anywhere we want.
So do you think the Jews shouldn't have a state?
It's not that they shouldn't have a state, it's what they're led to believe. The Israeli people believe that they have the right, yeah, to have a place of their own. Yes, they do, but it's how they came across it and who started the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I believe a lot of them would say that it was falsely done.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean they can have an estate, but they should live, side by side with the predecessors who were there.
Do you know that there are Muslims, Christians, Arabs living in Israel today that are living side by side?
Yeah, they are, and that's good for them.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that the higher ups, the governments, the ones who you don't see, the lobbyists and who else, they're the ones who control Israel as we know it, and they're the ones who control people's minds.
But aren't they the ones that put in place the laws that protect the Arabs that live there? So for instance, if it's an Arab neighbourhood, it's illegal to put signs up in just Hebrew, which is the language of Israel. So that they are the ones in power. So when you say the ones that in power that are brainwashing, what do you mean?
What I mean is that they make people, the Jewish people or the people of Israel as such, they make them believe that they need the controlling power of the people.
Wait, do you think that Saudi Arabia should be a Muslim country?
No. The reason why because they're not. And we've seen the way
they.
It
is a Muslim country because Jews aren't allowed to enter into Mecca and Medina.
But it's almost like they have to be that way. Because it was left in such a way that in the prophetic text, or not even a prophetic text, I wouldn't even say that, in what the prophet Muhammad had said, he had said that this area is sacred.
So why can't he also said the Quran, correct me if I'm mistaken, said that Jews that believe in Yom al-Din, the Day of Judgment, and do righteous deeds, they may taste Jannah.
Yeah.
So if the Quran speaks so kindly of the Jews, and Muhammad himself married two Jewish women,
definitely.
And his best friend was a Jew, why can't Jews enter Mecca and Medina?
It's because it's just a fact of the matter. But
I don't.
No, he was never racist.
No, not Muhammad. I'm saying, is it not racist of the Saudi authority to deny Jews to enter Mecca and Medina? Because you were talking about how you don't think there should be a Jewish. That you said you don't think that Israel should be Jewish, but you believe that Saudi Arabia is Muslim and it should keep the Jews out of Mecca and Medina.
What I'm trying to get at, you see, there's two distinctions when it comes to a Jew.
Yeah.
As what you described, that is a Jew. Yeah. There's another Jew, who doesn't believe in
Yom al-Din.
Yom al-Din, and plus with our prophet as a final messenger. They know he's the final messenger, but they don't believe that he is the final messenger. Yeah. So in other words,
if you believe that Muhammad was the final messenger, then he'd be a Muslim.
Well, exactly it, and this is the whole point.
But so why would the Quran go out of its way to say that Jews that believe this? Why wouldn't it just say believers? Why wouldn't it just say believers go to Jannah? Why would it name the Jewish people?
Because they were the sacred people before many of us. Yeah, they were the chosen people from God Himself. They were there to represent the people as we know it. Yeah, but obviously they didn't do a good job, and then.
How didn't they do a good job?
In terms of their arrogance and thinking that they're better than everyone else.
Do you think they still think that today?
Some of them do, not all of them.
Yeah.
I have to admit, not all of them. Some of them do. Some of them, some of them, they've got a warped theory on a whole load of things. Yeah, they don't even know themselves who they are, their identity. Yeah, they're in an identity crisis within themselves.
Can you give me an example of a Jew that's in an identity crisis?
You've got separations of sects. Yeah, you got.
So what sector? Could you name some of those?
You know what? It just escaped my mind. You got the. Basically, you got the European Jews.
Ashkenazim.
Yes. Yeah. You've got like the Russian, the Polish.
They're not sects. All that describes is the type of prayer that they follow.
But they see them. See, this is the whole point. Yeah. You see, where they're not include this, like some of them don't include them, and they believe that it's all to do with lineage and bloodlines and going back to being, I don't know, in their own warped mind that they're from the Middle East or something like that. They believe they're the real Jews. Yeah. But we all know, if you even look into the history of even mankind, we all know that we all came from Africa. Yeah, we all had a descendant from Africa, so that's all rubbish within itself. Yeah.
But so are you saying that the Jews from Europe, they're not real Jews?
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay, who's saying that?
The Jewish people.
The Jews. So
some of the Jews.
That Jews are saying
not
that
all of them.
European Jews aren't Jewish.
They're saying, well, they don't believe them to be true Jews. In other words, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, so why can't a Jew go to Saudi Arabia and pray in Mecca?
Well, you see,
why can't he worship Allah with the Muslims?
You see, he
Kaaba?
can, yeah, if there wasn't this prejudice involved within all.
So do you think Jews should be able to pray there?
If, as you described before earlier, yes. Because they were there, they were waiting for the Prophet Muhammad.
But I'm saying a Jew that doesn't believe that Muhammad was the final messenger, that doesn't believe that Muhammad was a messenger.
Me personally, I don't think he should.
Yeah.
He should, because everything has a sanctity. Everything's sacred to some amount of thing. If God or our Prophet, the Prophet Muhammad, said to us all, that this is what I think I understand from what our God has told us to do, then that's how it should be.
But the Temple Mount is holy to Jews, and Muslims are allowed to pray there. So why can't Jews and Muslims pray in Saudi Arabia like Jews and Muslims can pray in Israel?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying it has to be in terms of who they are, that their own. I'm not saying that a Jewish person, yeah, should be able to pray there if he believes in the one God, the one true God, which a lot of them don't.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one true God. Plus, if there is no going back now, it's like the genie's out the bottle, and in other words, the Almighty has told us there's only one person which is left as a prophet, and he's the seal of the prophethood, which is the Prophet Muhammad. And he said, you have to kind of believe in it. If you know him, then you should believe in what he says.
But what if they reject him? What if
they reject him? Then they reject all
so
faith.
They're not Muslims, so that's what we're trying to say.
Yep.
So you're saying only Muslims should be able to pray there?
I'm talking about I'm not talking about the norm as you see the Muslims as we see them with beards or whatever. I'm talking about if you're a Jew, say you're a Jew, and you believe you're a Jew, but you still believe that the Prophet Muhammad is the messenger.
No, but I'm saying that if you believe that Prophet Muhammad is the final messenger,
you are Muslim. by theory, yes, you are Muslim. Anyone.
So that's what I'm saying. For someone, why can't somebody that doesn't believe that Muhammad is the final messenger, why can't they pray there?
Because the reason why, as I said before, this area is left sacred
for Muslims only.
For Muslims only.
So
every place has a.
Because we started about the conversation to do with Israel and Palestine. Does that not make Islam a little bit more, say, racist than
No,
Saudi
it's
Arabia
not.
more racist
It's
than
not.
Israel?
No, there's a difference. There's a difference. Saudi Arabia is a lot to do with politics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Islam the real essence of Islam is only to do with one thing, and that's God. One God. Yeah? Yeah? Muslims are totally different as well. Yeah? You are a Muslim if you believe in God. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you say you didn't know about our Prophet, you are still a Muslim. But if you know our Prophet, you have to, by default, believe in what he says.
So again, that sounds quite extremist. That sounds.
It's not
No,
extremist.
in the sense that Israel is a secular democracy where anybody can pray wherever they want to pray, be they Muslim, be they Hindu, be they whatever.
But there has to be parameters. There has to be. There always in anything. There's like a give and
Would
take.
you say that in that case that Israel is more tolerant than, say, Saudi Arabia, because anybody can pray in Israel?
You know what? I believe that to be true in certain points. I believe that to be true in certain points. They are tolerant. But the fact of the matter of it is, they're not tolerant as on just a normal, basic human being.